Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tayler Yarish Show. We are here. I am your host, Tayler Yarish. I am the host. Will always be the host unless something would have to, even if I died, I don't think anyone's going to take over this show. If they did, they'd probably rename it, But until then, I'm probably not going to. I won't die anytime soon unless I'm shot. That's the new thing nowadays, getting shot. At least that's what it seems like on the intranet, dude. It's so crazy, like when shit happens. Obviously that one shooting, the one. When it happens, everybody is upset, rightfully so. There's a lot of messed up stuff with the shooting. Cops didn't go inside; they just stood outside. There was, trying to do a Wordle on their phone or whatever they were doing. I forget. But now, it's like I can never look at a story or like see anything and just divorce myself from the intention and the motives of the people posting about it. And that's a sickness that, I suffer from. But it's like now, over the next few days, like the week after, every person in America who fires a gun, if they shoot something in a Target, if they did and I get it, a lot of shootings happen in America. There's a lot of guns, probably some other stuff. A lot of people just, I don't know what it is. You can call it mental health, but there's also a lot of mentally ill people that don't shoot up, places. Also, I don't know, dude. Like, what is a mass? Shit, is it like 3 people have to die for it to be a mass shooting? It's weird that a mass shooting where 3 people die and then one if like 18 people die, that's the same thing. I feel like those are different things. But yeah, now like any shooting that happens, it gets reported and it gets posted. It's like a major headline. And these are like small towns where nobody would give a fuck. They only care if it happens in a place where we think, oh, it shouldn't happen. Dude, there are shootings in the south side of Chicago every single night. Every single day there's a shooting. Never gets reported. But if it happens in a fucking Wawa, then everybody's up in arms. I don't know we have this hierarchy of places that we care about where people get shot. I don't know what that is, but, now they're just trying to make it seem like we have this huge gun problem. I don't know. I mean, maybe people legitimately scared, but why are they scared to go places? Are they scared of getting shot? Like, if you post about every single shooting that happens in America, it's going to make it seem like insane. But before this shooting happened, like people aren't afraid. They're not afraid of going out places. You know what I mean? But I don't think it helps to take the killer and put his face all over fucking, all over the news. Like when the Rolling Stone, when Rolling Stone magazine put the Boston bomber dude on the cover of the magazine, it's like, yeah, some of these people, they're mentally ill in the way that like an actor is mentally ill, and that they're so starved for attention and nobody looks at them, nobody gives a fuck about them. And so they're like, oh, if I can't get attention and I can't get famous, then I will go for infamy. And then they just, they shoot at a bunch of people and it's all for fucking glory, dude. That's what it is. It's for glory. I was just like scrolling through the headlines. Philadelphia mass shooting leaves 3 people dead. 3 killed, 14 injured in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Great. I'll be there next week. But I almost feel more comfortable now. Like, if 3 people got shot and injured in Chattanooga before I got there, like, the odds of it happening twice in the same place in that span of time, it actually makes me feel pretty safe. It'd be worse if you're going to the one place, like, oh, this place hasn't been shot up yet. It's probably due for a shooting. So, I actually feel pretty good about that. What happened in this shooting? Let's check it out. 3 people were killed, 14 injured. Gunshots rang out in Chattanooga. Some police responded to reports shooting at a nightclub just before 2:45 a.m. Nightclub. God, why do people shoot? Why do people shoot each other? It's not clear. Motive is unclear. Authorities in an isolated incident. Second major shooting in Chattanooga in as many as weekends. Last Saturday night, 6 people were shot. All right, well, forget everything I said previously. 6 people were shot following an altercation between 2 groups downtown. 2 groups downtown. 6 people were shot. No victims died. 2 critically injured. Doesn't that just sound like gang violence? Are they trying to like skirt around that? Around saying that? We were downtown and 2 groups of people shot at each other. It sounds like a gang. No? Like, all right, if it's not a gang, then who is it? 2 groups of people. Is it like 2 groups of sports fans? You have like Titans fans and then I don't know who's near there, but you know what I mean? Like 2 groups of people, 2 bunches of people, a gaggle, if you will, a gang of folks. Does that sound better? Like gang violence has like this, you know, this harsh kind of visceral reaction. What if it was just a gang of folks that were shooting people up? Like the Bloods and the Crips, we're a gang. We're a street gang. What if we just start calling them gangs? They're a gang of folks. The folks kind of softens it a little bit, right? 12 mass shootings in the country since Friday, including Philadelphia, where at least 3 people died and 11 others wounded. I always get confused around the wounded statistic, you know? Like 3 people shot. If you're shot, it's a clear thing. Bullet hits you. But like, what is wounded? What's the difference between wounded and injured? Is wounded like you're a direct recipient of some sort of violence, and then injured is maybe like you were hurt fleeing the scene? Like I think wounded is like secondhand smoke, you know? Like you're in the car and you're getting hit. But injured would be like if you're trying to get out of the car and you tripped. Does it make any sense whatsoever? No? Good. I'm a little fucking tired. I don't know what's going on with my sleep. I just have not been able to. I've like the last 2 nights, I've gone to bed at like 1:30 and 2 a.m. and my body just wakes up at 7 a.m. Don't know what it is. Have I been using the sleep mask? Thank you for asking. Yes, I have. And it just does. I don't know. It hasn't done. I don't know why I'm waking up when I am. And, you know, when I'm really tired, then my eating goes out the window. And then I feel anxious because I'm drinking a ton of coffee. My buddy just said he quit. He's been off coffee for like a week. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I would need like scientists. I need to be like in a placebo-controlled study, like in a lab, carefully measured and calculated if I was going to try to stop drinking coffee. You know? I don't know. I tried to do it. I tried to go cold turkey once a few years ago. And I remember it feeling like I was done. It was very similar to how I felt recently when I had the flu. Like I was just, the bright lights hurt. I had a splitting headache. I was like slouched over on the side of the road up against like a pole at a crosswalk. I remember I was on the phone with somebody and I was just like, I don't know how I can do this. And then I forget how long I lasted, but like the day, within minutes of getting the caffeine, I felt better. Like I could probably afford to cut down. Right now, or the last few days I've had. So the Panera iced coffee is like 32 ounces. I don't fill it up all the way or I'll fill it like with a lot of ice. Because sometimes they just like, I'm almost positive their iced coffee is just they brew hot coffee and then let it cool down. So sometimes they put it out and it's like still warm, so that you put in the appropriate amount of ice and then it just melts that ice. And now you just have this weird meltedy, that's a word. You just have this weird melted ice, watered down iced coffee. So not enjoyable, Why'd I bring that up? Caffeine, yeah. So I'll drink that and then maybe have more, but I usually just have one of those. Sometimes I don't even finish them. Sometimes they are stronger than they are on other days. Like I have 2 iced coffees, one from today, one from yesterday. Didn't finish the one yesterday, so it's like there's like, maybe 2 inches left at the bottom. And then this one, there's like 3 inches left, and I don't finish my coffees. And the one from yesterday is darker. So does that mean that it's more caffeinated? Like, does darker coffee, let's look that up. Does darker coffee have more caffeine? Dark roasts with their bolder, gutsier taste. All right, take it easy. Typically seen as carrying a more, what do you mean typically seen? Do they fucking have more caffeine or not? Are typically seen as carrying a more substantial caffeine punch than light roast. Oh, here we go. Here's the however. Wow, S.O. Bilber. However, the stronger tasting brews aren't actually an indicator of their caffeine content. Light roast coffees have approximately the same caffeine content as dark roast coffee per bean. So does it not make a difference? Which coffee? 10 strongest / most caffeinated coffee brands in the world. What is number 1? Black Label Coffee by Devil Mountain. Also chill out, huh? The world's highest caffeine. See, this just seems so unnecessary. Like, coffee's the thing where you want it to fucking taste good. Yes, you want the caffeine, but the caffeine in a regular cup of coffee is enough. If you drink Folgers coffee or some shit, it is enough. Like, you can have a couple cups maybe if you didn't make it strong enough, but the shittier the coffee, then it's not the worse, like the less caffeine content. So you don't need the world's highest caffeine coffee is Black Label by Devil Mountain at over 1,500 milligrams of caffeine per serving. Like, why the fuck? You could jumpstart a car. I never understood that analogy, by the way, and people said that. Like, you could jumpstart a car with that. It doesn't make sense. But you know what I'm saying. That's way too much. Dude, a regular cup of coffee is like, what is it, like 300, maybe? 200, 300, maybe 400. Starbucks is pretty strong. At over 1,500 milligrams of caffeine per serving, coffee is it's not for the faint of heart. Yeah, you're not a little bitch. Don't drink this coffee if you're a little bitch, huh? Black Label claims it will give you even energy levels without the jitters. Bullshit. Which is rather impressive considering it has the most caffeine out of all the coffees on this list. Despite the shocking caffeine levels, it still claims a drinkable, smooth, bitter-free. Yeah, well, why would they claim anything different? Yeah, this coffee tastes like shit, but it'll get you up in the morning. Oh, the next one is just called Very Strong Coffee. Wow. Imagine having Very Strong Coffee is the name. You're not number 1. Change the name, huh? 1,350 milligrams per 12-ounce cup. Caffeine. Okay. Caffeine Informer calls its caffeine level dangerous. So definitely make sure you got a hefty caffeine tolerance if you try this one. So their own brand is calling the coffee dangerous? That doesn't seem... Maybe that's why you're number 2, huh? Black Insomnia. Yeah, all these... Black Insomnia. High Voltage. Biohazard. These all sound like Mark Wahlberg film titles. Death Wish. Oh, wait, I've heard of Death Wish. I thought that was... For some reason, I thought that was the most... I thought that was the highest caffeine. 728 milligrams of caffeine. Psh, it's fucking nothing, dude. That's half of what Black Label is, huh? Death Wish. Red Goat. Oh, like the devil? Killer Coffee. Banned Coffee. Yeah, these all banned. Kill. Like, it all just sounds like a Mark Wahlberg movie title. Besides Perk Up. That sounds like a rom-com, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah. So I've not gotten... Is gotten a word? I don't know why I'm so sensitive to my grammar today. Yeah, haven't got the best sleep, but I've been having to get up early anyway. I'm watching my buddy's dog, and it's been very enjoyable walking a dog. It's been very, very nice, to just have something to look after and take care of when it's temporary. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that it's going to end, so I can enjoy the 3 days of responsibility that I have. Although, nope, that's it. Yeah, 3 days is enough. It is crazy, like, the amount of attention that you get when you have a dog. Like, that whole thing in, like, you see in, like, a rom-com where, like, the dude has the cute dog or whatever. Like, that's such a cliche thing I hear about, like, in the dating world of, like, dude, get a fucking dog, they're a chick magnet. Well, it's like, it's not a chick magnet per se, but it is, like, you do draw more attention, I guess, because it people assume something about you. Like, they assume you must have some of your shit together. You're a responsible person if you can take care of another living, life. I also didn't realize how many people in my neighborhood have dogs. Like, I'm so sensitive to other dogs right now because, this dog, for whatever reason, will just eat small dogs. And every dog in my neighborhood is a small dog. So I'm just, like, constantly crossing the street, It's interesting, like, I'm crossing the street because I'm afraid that my dog is going to eat their dog, so then I'm the one that moves. I guess I have to move because they don't know that my dog is a nightmare, But yeah, like, there's, like, a lot of people in this neighborhood that, like, sit on their step and, they'll smoke a cigarette or drink their coffee in the morning, and I could walk around and nobody would even acknowledge my existence. No one would blink at me. Nobody would, like, give me one of these, like, give me a head nod, nothing. Dude, I walk by with the dog. People just immediately want to spark up a conversation with me. It's quite insane. I don't know if I like it. You just feel like you have this superpower with you, but at the same time, I don't know how this dog does with, like, people. So they're like, oh, it's his name, I want to pet it. And I'm like, I can't let you, So now I just seem, like, standoffish. But what do you want? I don't want this fucking dog to bite your goddamn hand off because I was trying to talk to you on your stoop or whatever. But yeah, it's been very nice. They greet you, when you come home, and they're, like, wagging their tail and shit. It is very nice. Would I get a dog, though? No, because I still think that it is, it'd be bad to, with my schedule, as often as I'm gone, like, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to the dog. Some people get these dogs, like big, dogs that you gotta, like, run. You gotta, like, run certain dogs. They're meant to be out there, getting after it. And they just don't get outside enough. If you have, like, a small little breed that's, like, 9 different breeds just kind of boiled in and they made it in, like, a petri dish or some shit, fine, whatever. It's not going to live that long anyway, or at least it shouldn't. But some dogs, you gotta do more with them, Anywho, what else is... Oh, so tired. I'm sorry. You don't deserve this. You don't care that I'm tired. You're not hanging with me right now, Anyway, Amber Heard bit the big one, huh? She lost. Kind of saw that coming, I'll be honest. Yeah, if the social media, and any of that was an indicator, she was gonna lose. What's funny is I've seen, I saw this article. It said that GoFundMe has been taking down accounts that are raising money for Amber Heard to pay Johnny Depp? Because apparently, I guess what she got slapped with, the 15 million or whatever it was it 10 or 15? I forget. But like that's more than her net worth. Which how do they ever know? How do they ever know what your net worth is? You ever see that? You ever like Google like you start to type a celebrity's name and then it's like their net worth. How the fuck do you know? You don't know their net worth. You're just guessing. Isn't that so weird that we do that? We just guess people's net worth. Like, how are you calculating that? You figure out what they were paid on like one movie. Do you know what they're paid on every movie? And then every, commercial or brand deal that they have? Like, do you know their fucking grocery bill? Do you know their expenses? How do you know their net worth? I don't know my own net worth. They probably don't know their own net worth. Wow, words. Get the sentence out, huh? But yeah, so who knows? You don't know what their net worth is, but that's what allegedly she's got to pay more than what she owes. So there's people going on GoFundMe claiming to raise money for Amber Heard, and GoFundMe's taking it down because it's like, no, you're just doing this for yourself. But some of these pages are like, they're very convincing, and it's interesting the type of person that you have to be to do this, right? Because they're setting it up as if we want justice for Amber Heard. We think the trial was fucked. Like this one page, the trial was a disgrace. I believe Amber and social media protected the abuser. The judgment exceeds her net worth. It's so sad that he was able to get away with the abuse. The judgment furthers that abuse. If you can, please help her. She will have the direct access to the money. I also contacted her attorney so they can loop her in. Loop her in? That's where you lose me. You have a GoFundMe set up for $1 million and you're like, oh yeah, we're going to loop her in on it. We're going to loop her in on the cash. That means this was most likely made by somebody who does not feel that way, but knows how to talk to get at the heart of those people who are like, yes, she was abused, and her abuser got away. And so they know how to talk to those people. They could speak the language. I feel like, would it be better? Dude, honestly, why doesn't Amber Heard just go on OnlyFans? Why is she doing fucking movies? Dude, she could go on OnlyFans. She doesn't even have to get naked. If she just like went in her bikini or bathing suit or something and just she was doing like personalized content or anything. She could be one of those chicks who sells her fart in a bag, She would make way more money than she's making on Aquaman 2. There's a petition to get her out of Aquaman. I think she was dropped from Aquaman 2. Who gives a shit? You want to fucking dress up in your CGI costume and have 14 to 16 hour shoot days? Or would you rather sell your underwear and ship it to some guy in Iowa? Doesn't that sound so much better? Like, that girl, that Catch Me Outside girl, she made like $50 million on OnlyFans. And I don't even think she got naked. $50 million. That's how many sad dudes there are in this country. Like, when you look at some of the shit, like where the people who, there's that one chick who was like selling her farts in a jar and dudes were buying it. Like, how do you know whose fart that is? I mean, what? You just have to have so much money. Or like, that's got to be, if I was like a rich guy, I would do that as a goof and like give it to a buddy. I'm like, oh, smell inside. He opens it up and it's just like some rip or do from a fucking, Instagram ass model. I'm like, yeah, I paid to have some chick fart in a jar so I could give it to you and blow it up in your face. Like, that's good old-fashioned rich people fun. You know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, I can't imagine that anybody who's buying a fart in a jar is doing well in life. You know what I mean? But there is like that weird culture of like rich people who are into chicks that like kind of abuse them and like spend their money, Like, I'm sure there's dudes who will, like, they'll tip your OnlyFans extra for, personal. I want you to. Here's my credit card number. Just buy whatever you want. Like, they like that kind of being taken advantage of type shit. It's very odd. Sexuality is very weird. Like, what people are into. Some people get off on, like, being taken advantage of. It's just what happens. So, my point is, Amber, what are you doing? You're probably, I don't want to say she's not going to work again, because anything can happen. I'm pretty sure Jussie Smollett is still working, I think. But, yeah, I mean, just such a fucking liar, psychotic person. And I'm sure he's not great, but listen, if you want to keep doing Marvel movies, you got to sell the American public on your bullshit. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Depp, for all his flaws, he made the trial entertaining. He's a fucking brilliant actor. Like, he just sold it better, and she was not up to snuff. So, invest in yourself, I think, is the point of this message, because he probably worked harder as an actor, or maybe just has more talent, and she does not, and it cost her 15 million bones. That's kind of a generalization of everything that happened and everything in their relationship, but what do you want? That's what we do here at the Tayler Yarish Show. We generalize, we over-exaggerate, hyperbolize. Is that a word? Maybe that should be the name of the podcast. Is that a word? We don't know. Anyway, folks, that's the podcast for this week. Next week, I'm going to be in Chattanooga, maybe Nashville, doing some shows. That should be a grand old time. But I'm always doing shows in the city. Going to be at New York Comedy Club tonight. If you're listening, I don't know why I said that. If you're listening to this, it's Monday. Oh, I'll also be at New York Comedy Club, their 9:15 show tomorrow at the East 4th Street location. Check it out. Get the tickets online. The Yarbar Comedy Show is still pending. We have to find a venue. Haven't looked for a venue because looking for an apartment, that's sucking up all my time. And your boy is busy. The kid has, I'm fostering a dog. I got a lot of shit going on, okay? And more responsibility than I'm used to. What can you do? Stay good. Hope you have a good week, and I will see you next week. Peace.